Hello everyone, I'm your buddy, Wu Ya Wong. Today, I'm bringing you a guide to uncover the smooth gameplay of the season-exclusive gameplay. First of all, regardless of the strategy you choose to play the season-exclusive gameplay, pay attention to 3 points. The first point is the bank and sanatorium encounter daily. Try to activate them last. Unless you can't hold out or lack a little money, because it's easy to encounter the bankers IOU in the shop. At which point, without activating bank, it will be a big loss. So, don't be anxiety. Secondly, the next thing is, every time you enter a new day, go to the shop first thing, as it's the fastest way to get old stuff early on. And plan your future path based on the old stuff you can get from the shop in the early stages. Then the overall plan is to focus on money in the early game, and adjust wisely to the maximum sanity in the mid-game. In the late game, get the full resin mod soup and head straight for the clock tower. This is a more efficient farming method. If you have nothing else to do, you can also try the left foot tripping over right foot gameplay. First, let's talk about the core 4-piece set. The Cartographer's Quill, the Cartographer's Money Bag, the Cartographer's Medicine Bottle, the Cartographer's Stool. The priority order for these 4 choices is as follows. If you don't lack sanity in the early game, the Cartographer's Money Bag is the most important. It allows us to buy more food and old stuff that we want. Then when we lack sanity, we should look for the Cartographer's Stool. The Cartographer's Medicine Bottle comes slightly later. But when both the stool and purse are available, be sure to pay attention. The Cartographer's Quill allows us to constantly have the ability to preview the map. Click on the previewed map and get coins and sanity. This was a simple way to have greater endurance when playing the left foot tripping over right foot gameplay. Bankers IOUs. Regardless of the gameplay mode, they're a must-buy for the first 5 days. For the next 5 days, if you're not short on money, you can still buy them. If it's late game, they might not have much effect. Then, this large potion, this food, what's its use? When we're not short on sanity in the early game, and the remaining sanity is enough for the next day's use, you can turn the remaining sanitarium into a bank, and get more coins. Around the gameplay of uncovering genre, there are also some tier 2 level optional old stuff and foods. First and foremost is the burn map, which is quite important. Entering a day, you can preview the cells. 2 cells are equivalent to 24 coins without an upgrade. It's equivalent to plus 6 sanity. And with the Cartographer's Quill, if upgraded, it's essentially 2 to 4, meaning we're always stepping on previewed maps if there aren't good options in the early game, or you haven't found something you particularly want or the 4-piece set. This is a very good way to get coins early on. It's like the filth eater's wages. Now, let's talk about these 2 foods. In my opinion, these 2 foods are also tier 2 level, skewered fish eyes. When we don't have many means to preview maps in the early game, sometimes previewing maps is extremely cost-effective. So it's worth buying them for backup. Then golden worm cheese. As mentioned earlier, left foot tripping over right foot, when we have the upgraded watchful purse and wriggling money jar. And also have the chief trader's statue. We can endlessly refresh the shop's old stuff. We can try buying golden cheese at the shop, as long as we don't lack sanity. This way, sanity will decrease a bit, and coins will increase. And like this, based on the watchful purse and wriggling money jar, you can achieve the infinite left foot tripping over right foot. The more money you farm, the higher your maximum sanity becomes. This is mid to late game. You can keep playing. Then there's the marinated mistfish. Just pick it up and eat it, no fuss. Nothing much to say about that. And then there's the doctor's lantern. Choosing it on old stuff and sales is fine, but it's expensive to buy. It's not very cost effective when sanity isn't scarce, so its value isn't particularly high. Moving on. Let's talk about the chief trader's statue. As mentioned earlier, it's essential for the playing, and it's especially effective when money isn't an issue. It's quite the game changer, allowing you to buy more things, after all. And then there's the alchemy catalyst. When we're not short on coins, and want the most out of our current old stuff, we need it, and should prioritize upgrading it. This allows us to endlessly upgrade our old stuff. Moving on to the next part. Below. These numbers in a row become crucial when encountering old stuff. If none of the previously mentioned old stuff appear, it's time to preview the map. The 4. Piece set. If the cartographer's set isn't available, it's best to prioritize selecting this of old stuff. For example, preview the sanatorium, preview the bank, and so on. Preview the merchant, and also preview the alchemy workshop. Now, let's talk about the second life-saving strategy. If luck isn't on your side, and the cartographer's set isn't available, you can try changing your approach and mindset. You can opt for Mr., Miss Fortune, Miss, Grumpy, and Baby Bear. If you manage to get all three and upgrade them early on, then upgrade them further. With the alchemy workshop, it's also a solid strategy. The core revolves around previewing the map, which is essentially the same as before. The same. Save money in the early game, accumulate sanity limit in the late game, because after activating these three things, clearing Steely yields positive returns. This allows you to fully expand around the Bad Omen Steely. And finally, a concluding remark is needed. When playing season-exclusive gameplay, it might be confusing at first, but with more experience, you'll quickly accumulate expertise to handle various special situations adeptly. And today, that's it for the video. Thanks for all your support.